Look at this shit. This look like a goddamn green screen to you? Look at this. Ain't no green screen. So last week, if you guys remember, I got her to go to senior ball with me. That's right, your boy got game. Even though it took me 4 years to do it. Now, before we go ahead and get further into the story, let's get to know the girl of my dreams for a bit. Now, what you all didn't know about her was hanging out with her was probably one of the most hardest things to do on earth. Now, don't get it twisted. It wasn't because I had feelings for her at the time. It was because her parents were strict as hell. And when I say strict, I mean strict. The way her father locked her up, you would have thought her teardrops had the cure to cancer or some shit. Look, I remember times I would walk her home and if I felt the presence of her father, I would go crouching tiger, hidden Korean on some damn bushes. So because her parents were so strict, the only real way we could communicate was through late night phone calls. And to be honest with you, at a certain point, those were the things I looked forward to every night. And I remember waiting for her to call because when she did, I always had a stupid grin on my face. Here's the thing, to me, these phone calls were more than just late night phone conversations. You know, I can't really speak for her, but it was honestly the only time I got to know her on a personal level. And you know, it's funny because beyond the way her hands felt, her eyes, the way she smiled, I think I started falling in love with the sound of her voice. And as stupid as it sounds, I wanted to be her reason to smile. So that night I awaited her phone call, and when we picked up, we had a normal conversation. We smiled, we laughed, we conversed, but somewhere in between all that, I just decided to tell her how I felt about her. I told her that since the moment I met her, I had not been able to get her off my mind, and I had felt this way about her for the longest time. Y'all want to know what she said? She said that this is where the story gets interesting. Look on your face. I'm fucking with you, look. Look, but in all seriousness, she actually said that she didn't feel the same. She gave me the classic answer that all girls gave the guys in high school when they were too afraid to reject them. I gotta tell you something, I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that, I wanted to die. Straight up, I felt stupid because I should have never opened up my mouth. Because why for one moment would someone like her feel anything for someone like me? Surprisingly enough, we actually ended that conversation on a positive note. And even though I was heartbroken, I was still going to prom with her. So now let's fast forward to the day of prom. Now picking her up from prom was an amazing experience because I vividly remember what she was wearing, and seeing her in that dress was probably the most beautiful thing that I had ever seen. You know, I can still vividly remember her looking at me and smiling. And as she walked forward towards me in that dress, she nearly tripped and ate shit. One thing that I forgot to mention to you guys was that this girl was clumsy as hell. For as long as I've known her, I had seen her trip and fall into a ton of shit. And even when we would play fight, she would somehow always manage to like stab me in the eye. But when you love someone, you love all their positives and all their flaws. So it actually became a big part of our friendship. So let's fast forward a bit once again. So she and I graduated high school and we still remained friends, but we had to stop our late night phone conversation because of her parents, so we continued our relationship through emails. But of course, through the rare moments that we actually did get to talk on the phone, I conversed with her like nothing ever happened, like we were still really good friends and I didn't have feelings for her anymore. But one day, I snapped and I realized I couldn't do it anymore. You know, as pathetic as it sounds, I couldn't act like I was happy around her anymore. I couldn't do it. I wasn't being honest with myself, and I had to move on. She told me that she couldn't do it because we were friends, and even though I know that was a euphemism for she doesn't really like me, I had to hear it flat out. You know, the reason why was because I needed to know indefinitely that there was nothing that could happen between us, so I could accept this and move on with our friendship. So one night I just decided to go ahead and email her and just come clean. I told her how miserable I had been the past few months and that I still had feelings for her. So I waited for her to reply back, and when she did, do you know what she responded back with? I can't. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't? I remember being so pissed because out of all the years of friendship, I asked for one thing and that was a straight answer, and she could not do it. After I just told her about how fucking stupid I felt that maybe we could be together when obviously we couldn't, all she had to do was say move on, but she wouldn't do that for me. My God. I emailed her back and I asked her to say it, but to my surprise, I got a reply with a phone call she actually called me to meet up at her house when her parents were gone so we could talk about this face to face and deal with it. Was finally going to tell me in person to move on, and I wasn't sure if I was scared or happy, but I just wanted to get this over with and hear the verdict. So that day I walked over to her house, met her up, and I gotta tell you something. This is where the story gets interesting. I know, y'all are pissed off. Is that another cliffhanger? Well, guess what? Y'all been cursing at me for the past couple weeks, so suck it. No, but in all seriousness, if you guys have been asking, is this a true story? Yes, it is. It's from my perspective of my very, very first love. But the series will be ending soon, and it is coming to a conclusion probably in the next couple episodes, so enjoy that. So go to the website and make sure you guys cop your gear, and any kind of question where it comes to shipping, sizing, and all the other stuff will be on the website. A lot of you guys have been messaging me about payment. Now, yes, you can pay without a PayPal account with just a credit card, but you would use PayPal as a secure server with the credit card that you use. Just follow the instructions. There'll be a link that says if you don't have a PayPal account, click that and it'll allow you to use PayPal on a temporary basis with your credit card so you have a secure server. So yes, these shirts are a promotional price, and on top of that, they're only out for a limited time for limited quantities. And of course, in the next week or two, we will be coming out with a couple of more designs. Thank you guys for all your love and support, and I will see you all next week, my friends. Bam! Oh, almost did the fingers again. Bring back the guns, put them back in the holster. Peace out.
Ramses, the orphans, they love you.
His face?
You're the best.